Okay guys, we've been talking about this nest box for too long. It's right here in this box. I'm gonna start getting the stuff out, see if I've got enough room to make this in here. Otherwise we may have to go over there in front of the tractor. But we need to get this done, so let's get to it. So these are the instructions that came with it. That's the entirety of the instructions. I believe they said there was a video on the website. I'm gonna check that out quick. So before I get any further, this is a Cottage Craftworks 4x4 rollout nest box. And I got this, they gave me a slight discount on this. I would have probably bought it anyway. Aquaboy spends an inordinate amount of time cleaning eggs. So by using this, he shouldn't have to clean eggs at all because they should lay the eggs should roll out and then stay clean. They won't get pooped on, they won't get, all that stuff. So that's the idea. I'm gonna put this together. It starts with these sides and I've got to put some of these channels on the inside. So let's get to it. It actually starts with these big sides. So we're gonna have, they're kind of nested into each other. I'm trying to get them out. There's a right side and a left side. Come on. They flat pack this really nicely so it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. So this is how they go, like this. Right side and left side. I'm gonna put the channels in. You can see what they do is you take these right here and it goes right on here. Pre-drilled holes, you use the screws that they send along with it, and life is good. So we're gonna get to it right now. Okay, I always tend to kill myself by kneeling down on the ground to put stuff like this together. I was smart enough to get out a table, so you guys can see, just grab a table, I'm gonna start assembling on here. So, this is one of the sides. These brackets go on the inside. I have one more to put right here on the bottom. What I've been doing to make this easier to put together is using a nut driver of the correct size as the nut, and then using a drill so I can put these on real quick. So let's get to it. Okay, the roof panel goes on next. It's the large piece. It has the angles that match the top here. So you can see it goes on angle here, and then there'll be a sharper angle there. Goes here, the screw goes in the front, screw goes in the back, goes on the top. I used a couple of these clamps just to hold it together since I was doing it myself. I've got one at that corner, one up at that corner there, and I was able to get that side started. Okay, top is on. You can see the metal got a little bit crinkled here. So I just had to force this up so that the holes lined up. Other than that, we're good. Now, I think there's a couple back pieces that go on. Let me find those and I'll show you. Back pieces are right here. You can see they've got a little lip on them. The shorter side goes down. They go inside here. So I'm gonna need my hands. I'm gonna put this back on the tripod. But they go, so inside the lip here, not on the outside like this, because obviously that wouldn't work. Makes sense. Let's get to that. Okay, so the back sides are on. Again, if you're doing this by yourself, a couple clamps like this, just to hold these in place while you're doing the other side, makes everything so much easier. Next, put in the dividers. So the dividers go in here, here, and here. There's a hole up here, a hole over here, and then a matching hole there. And then I think once we get to a certain point, it's going to attach in the front as well. These ones match the angle on the ceiling, so I'm pretty sure that's where these go. And then there are three like this that don't have quite the same angle. I think they're just going to angle right underneath the floor, and the top one, these will go on the bottom. So we'll get to that right now. Okay, so I flipped it back around. We're looking at the front. You can see top and bottom are in. On the bottom, obviously there's nothing to go along here right now to screw it into. Shh, I'm coming to you from the future. I'm gonna try to help you learn from my mistakes. Ignore all this stuff that you haven't done yet. Just concentrate on this bar right here. It's about 1 inch wide by 48 inches long, and it has 5 holes in it. Put this in now. It goes right here on the top of your bottom row of dividers. It just gives it stability, rigidity, really easy to put in if you put it in when I'm telling you to right now, before all of this is on and all this is on and you can't get your hands in there. It's just a pain. Learn from my mistakes. Carry on. So what happens next, I believe, is we take these right here, and I think it goes like this, right along here. The angle part right here, you can see how it's kind of an angle like that. The angle goes towards the inside. The right angle lip at the top comes out towards you, so it fits in right like this. Lines up, and we screw it in. Let's get to that. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. Now we're starting the egg tray area. You're gonna use these, since this is a 4/4, there's 2 of these for each side. You can see the flanges go towards the inside like that. The bolts line up, holes line up, ideally. We'll see, it looks like there might be one a little bit off. So I may have to loosen some stuff up before I can get this down here, but we're gonna get to it. I did want to let you guys know, the package comes with 2 bags of hardware. This one was almost full when I got it. This is what I've been using for the bulk of the assembly. This one comes with more of your specialty stuff, including these 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch thicker nuts that are going to be used for here. So this is the first time I'm using hardware out of this bag. Gloves probably wouldn't be a bad idea considering you're working with sharp metal edges. I actually didn't even feel this. I just noticed blood just other places on my hand. I was like, oh, I'm bleeding. Got a Band-Aid, back to work. The next part we're putting on is this piece here. This is gonna be your top, this is gonna be your bottom, and it actually goes right over here. Let me show you. I put the top one on already. So this is the piece right here. So on the bottom here, it's gonna go just like this. I'm gonna set it in here, and the flanges out here, you might have to bend around a little bit, move. Just a second, bud. So it goes just like this. There's a bolt in the face of it here. Let me show you. You can see there's a bolt in the face of it here, and then there's a bolt right underneath that goes there. So it's 2 bolts on this side, 2 bolts on that side. Okay, next up is the bracket for the Roost Bar. So these are gonna go right here. It buckles in here, the tab goes to the middle, so this part right here goes to the middle, the angled part there goes to the outside. It goes right here, and it's gonna go with a larger nut again, and then a lock washer. So when it's done, it'll roll up like this. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so next up is the actual Roost Bar that goes on that clip that we just put on, the bracket. So take this, you set it on top. I've already started this one. And this one uses the longer bolt. And actually I found that I had to, in order to get it to go all the way through and give me enough room to fit in here, I'll show you guys, like this, I had to almost really bang this down a little bit. So there's enough coming down through here that when I put it in the hole here, there's enough for the nut to bite onto. Once you get it started, then you can ratchet it down a little bit more. and I just use this. For those of you a little bit smarter than me, if you realize that this moves like this, then you can lift it up like that and just use a nut driver and tighten it down really quickly. Instead of trying to do it when it's down in this position and you can't get in there, and I can learn. I swear I can learn. So this will tighten it down then. Make sure this one over here is tightened down. So the reason that I think they put it like this, so you can lift this up and check the collection tray, but also at night you can put it up like this, like that, so that the chickens can't get in there and sleep in there at night and, you know, poop in it and make all sorts of mess. Okay, so I wanted to give you a little overview of what it looks like so far. So this bar comes down, goes up. The next thing we're going to do is actually put this right here, like this. It goes right like that. That's the lid for the egg collection area. And what you do is you use this rod right here. You see, it's just got a little friction cap that you hammer on there. It's going to thread through this hole here, and then it's going to go through that little channel right there. So the bar is going to go through there. It's going to come out this end, and then we have to knock on the other cap. So, but this is what it looks like so far. This is where we're at. Obviously, if you were just getting the 4-hole one, you would only be doing half of this stuff, not 4/4. But so far, it seems like it's working pretty well. I like the way it looks. I'm excited to get it done and get it into use. Okay, so the lid is on. The bar came all the way through here to this spot. You can see where the rod is coming out. So I'm gonna have to hold against this side over here and knock on the other cap on this side. Okay, so this might be the one part where you need another set of hands. I'm gonna have Cowboy hold onto this block of wood on this side here so that I can put this on this side. Hold tight, buddy. Ow. Okay. This is not working so well because it's hard to hold onto this and bang it at the same time. I've seen. Got it? Oh, once it gets started, it's fine. It's just getting it started. And there we go, just like that. Before I do the bottom one, so this is what it's gonna look like. This is gonna be down for the Roost Bar. You lift it up, and then you can open this up to collect the eggs out of here. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Let's do the bottom one. Okay, I actually did this last step before showing you because it didn't make sense to me. I'm not sure that it does anyway. So there's this floor, which I put in here. The way I put it in was like this, which gives it a little bit more angle, so that when they lay their eggs, they roll out. But it just doesn't seem, here, let me show you. So if I put this up, that's what the finished product will look like, right like that. If I put this out of the way, and I roll this out of the way, and I put this in like this, you can kind of see, I'm trying to do this with one hand and make this work. You can kind of see that it goes in, but not real well. So it just kind of sits there with this over here. Now if I reverse it and put it the other way, it works even less well because it just slides around. So I don't know if the mesh is gonna hold this. Yeah, see, like I'm trying to pull on it, it's not moving. So I'm guessing that the way I have it up here is how it's supposed to be. There's no bolt holes or anything like that. But when I'm trying to pull it to move it, it's hard to move. I mean, I guess it does slide. But but it's not easy to move. I would think that you'd want to have a solid tray here, I would think, so that if they poop, they're not pooping. I don't know. Or maybe they just don't put the tray at all. There is supposed to be a floor in there, but I wonder if it's optional. I'm vexed. I may have to contact Cottage Craftworks before I can finish this. I'll let you know if I figure it out. Victory! I figured it out. So, I knew that the floor trays were supposed to be for easy collection of manure if they poop in there. So I was like, well, it's got to be easier than taking out, because this vinyl coated PVC or PVC coated, whatever it is, wire is not easy to take in and out. So I was like, well, it can't go underneath that. It actually goes underneath. So like where my hand is down here, see this little wire? If I pull this wire up, I can grab this collection tray, maybe, like that. See? I got it out, and now I can pull this out and collect manure. When I want to put it back in, I slide it back in, I push this little wire up, and that holds it from falling out. So that's how you do it. I'm gonna grab the tripod, and I'll show you how I do it on the bottom. Hopefully it's a little bit clearer, but I'm really happy, because I actually called them, but it's really difficult to explain. Well, I've got this piece, and I'm trying to put it in. He's like, oh yeah, you put it underneath there for the collection of the manure. I was like, oh, okay, but where? So, got it? I'm gonna do the other one. Okay, so this is how you do it. You put the bar up, you flip the collection lid. Actually, you know what? You can leave the collection lid on. This is gonna go underneath. And actually, I'm not gonna be able to show you very easily from here because I'd have to do it when it's hung up. But trust me, so if I'm gonna do it up here, it goes up like this. So this lip in front, and it's gonna slide up underneath the vinyl coating. And let me see if I can show you. So right in here, see this clip? That's where it goes on top of. So when I push that clip up, this slides out like that. And then when I come back, I have to lift up this clip so that pushes in, and then it holds it. It's like a detent so that it can't slide out. So wire is up here, this is down here. It's gonna be the same thing on this one. You can see the little wire detent, maybe, maybe not, down below. It's gonna slide up above that into the channel, which is why there's those channels. Let me get around to the back side and I can show you. Okay, remember the first step we did where we put those U channels, we bolted them onto the side here with this and this and that and that? That's what the tray slides into. Let me flip the camera around and see if I can get you a good shot. It's not easy to show you, but once you figure it out, it's like, voila! Underneath that wire mesh there, see that channel? That's where the collection tray is gonna slide into. And up here, you can just see the bottom of it. See, like this moves. That's where it's sitting on. It's in that collection tray there. Okay, so, all done. Well, except for hanging it up. And to hang it up, they give you a couple brackets like this. They go on, see, it's just a little channel, and you hang it on right here. Flip the camera on. Channel like this, screw it in the wall, hangs right there, and you're got it hanging up. There's two of them, so I'll probably, try to center them a little bit. Put them, here and on the other one over there. They also give you these cool fake eggs with a little hook on them, so you can attach them to the wire mesh so that the chickens, so they don't roll out, and hopefully that gives the chickens the idea of, hey, here's where you're supposed to lay eggs. All said, I like it. It's easy to put together. Just so I'm clear, I kind of put everything, like with each step, I would put everything together loose, and then I would go back through and tighten it up in case I didn't explicitly show that in this video. But it worked really easy, and pretty much I used a power screwdriver, drill driver. This is a 7/16 inch nut driver. I used a couple clamps. This is a 3/8 inch nut driver, a screwdriver, a hammer, an open-ended wrench, adjustable, and that's it. So I've seen some of these that are put together with pop rivets, and I would have been fine with one that's put together with pop rivets because I have a rivet gun, and it probably would have gone a little bit easier and a little bit faster because you just put it through, you pop it off, boom, you're done. Whereas this, there were some spots where like it was difficult to get my hand back through, especially on the peak here where there's a downward angle to get stuff, you know, really tightened. But you can do it, and you get up, you know, this, it's not heavy gauge, you know, sheet metal. It's plenty heavy for this, but you know, you get it and you kind of wobble it around and you're thinking, man, this is not going to be that heavy. You start putting things together and all of a sudden it's got rigidity and it's like, wow, this is, you know, this is heavy duty stuff. So I'm really excited to get this out into the chicken coop because our eggs are so dirty right now. And having this, I'm guessing that we will probably not have to wash eggs at all, which will be awesome. Well, especially for Aqua Boy, who's the one who does it all. Anyway, I will give you guys updates on this as they come, as we're able to do it. If you have any questions about how it went together, just let me know. I would be happy to answer them to the best of my ability in the comment section. I will also, after I conclude this video, which will be very shortly, I'm going to do a quick, I'll take some shots, video shots of how everything goes together so that if you're having trouble, maybe you can watch those and say, oh, this is where this went and this is where this went and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll also link the video below where I saw the description of how this is put together. Without that, this would have been really difficult. So if you watch this video, you probably won't need to watch that video, but you can watch both of them, and it should make a whole lot of sense on how this goes together. So any questions, go ahead and leave it. If you haven't, if you just found me because of this video, go ahead and think about subscribing, clicking on that like button, and you know, we always love more people around the Homestead Dad channel. So thanks so much. We'll see you guys in the next one. Just kidding. One last thing before I actually sign off. I probably put this together in less than 2 hours. The only help that I had was Cowboy holding it against the hinge bar for this tray right here. Other than that, I did it all by myself, one person, and some clamps. So, and I was videoing it. So I had to, you know, go back and forth with different shots and move the camera around. I think with a couple people, this could easily be put together in less than an hour, which to me is huge. You're not, you know, burning a whole day trying to build something. It comes together, you watch a video to show how to put it together, and you're done in an hour and you're hanging it up and you're happy. So now, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.